Jean-Claude Van Damme's life reads like a masterclass in resilience, discipline, and relentless ambition. Born into an unremarkable Belgian family, he experienced childhood as a series of subtle humiliations, social invisibility, and internal battles. Unlike many who crumble under ridicule, Van Damme transformed his early vulnerabilities into motivation, pushing himself physically and mentally beyond ordinary limits. While the world now knows him as a legendary action star, his journey was neither swift nor glamorous. It was filled with hunger, exhaustion, and repeated rejection, each setback shaping the man he would become. Beneath the public persona of the muscles from Brussels lies a man who intimately understood the cost of visibility. His body, forged through karate, ballet, and bodybuilding, became both armor and instrument. Yet, the deeper story is not about kicks or stunts. It is about a boy who learned to rise from invisibility and confront the pain that threatened to define him. Early life, the mirror that shattered. Jean-Claude Camille. Francois van Varenberg entered the world in Brussels, Belgium in 1960, a boy who quickly discovered that being different invited mockery. Thin, bespectacled, and painfully aware of his awkwardness, he faced a daily barrage of teasing from classmates. At 11, a decisive moment came when he stood before a mirror and felt shame settle into his bones. The reflection seemed to confirm everything the world had already whispered. He was small, weak, and unremarkable. Instead of allowing humiliation to define him, Van Damme internalized it, forming a vow to rewrite the narrative. This early confrontation with pain instilled an understanding that suffering could be a teacher rather than a jailer. Every insult became fuel, every glance a challenge to overcome. It was this combination of self-awareness, resolve, and latent rebellion that set the foundation for a journey defined by grit, discipline, and an unshakable belief in a future far greater than the one his peers could imagine. Discipline as salvation, karate and ballet. Van Damme's parents were far from envisioning a Hollywood career for their son. His father, an accountant, and his mother, a florist, valued order, routine, and responsibility. Yet they unknowingly provided a framework for Van Damme's physical and mental training by enrolling him in karate at a young age. Under the strict guidance of Master Claude Goetz, he endured years of punishing training where mercy was unknown. By 18, he had earned a black belt and represented Belgium on the national team. Martial arts honed his body and mind, but Van Damme sought more. He chose ballet to cultivate grace, flexibility, and control. Ballet was brutal in its vulnerability, forcing him to confront discomfort directly. The juxtaposition of karate and ballet sculpted a physique capable of extraordinary feats and created a discipline that demanded daily confrontation with pain. These early years taught him that endurance was both physical and emotional, and that mastery required embracing suffering rather than avoiding it. The dream is born. A night in a church. Around the age of 12, a restless night led Van Damme to a quiet church. In the solitude of the sanctuary, he whispered 3 wishes into the shadows: to protect the world, honor nature, and become a movie star. This private ritual was not fantasy, but an act of commitment, a tangible step in claiming a life that seemed impossible. It transformed ambition into a guiding force, one that would sustain him through hunger, rejection, and relentless training. This dream was unique in that it combined moral aspiration with personal desire, anchoring both in a disciplined practice of body and mind. Over the years, he returned mentally to that church, drawing strength from the conviction planted there. That single night became a blueprint for persistence, proof that the visions of a determined child could guide the adult he would become. The wish was not magic, it was motivation, a promise to himself that his future would not be dictated by circumstance. A new life in America. Survival before stardom. In 1982, Van Damme arrived in the United States with $3,000, minimal English, and a dream larger than his small frame suggested. Hollywood, distant and indifferent, offered no guarantees. He lived in a battered car, slept on floors, and survived on menial jobs, from delivering pizzas to driving limousines, laying floors, and even working as a bouncer at Chuck Norris's bar. Auditions were frequent and often fruitless, each rejection reinforcing the sense of invisibility he had battled since childhood. Yet Van Damme's discipline never wavered. Even on empty stomachs, he stretched, practiced splits, and trained relentlessly. His belief became his currency, transforming adversity into opportunity. These years shaped both his body and character, teaching him resilience in a world that often seemed designed to ignore him. Survival required more than skill. It demanded faith, stamina, and a refusal to let temporary setbacks define a lifetime. First breaks, from background dancer to fight film. Van Damme's early roles were small, but they marked crucial milestones. In 1984, he appeared briefly in Breakin', flashing his remarkable splits, though most audiences barely noticed. That same year, he worked on stunts for Missing in Action, proving that he could endure pain without flinching. His first credited role came in 1986 with No Retreat, No Surrender, portraying Ivan, a Russian fighter. The film was modest and rough, yet it signified something far more important: recognition. For a man who had once lived in a car, every frame of film was a declaration of existence. Physical skill alone was insufficient. Van Damme's dedication to both training and opportunity set him apart. By combining martial arts precision with cinematic timing, he created a presence that could not be ignored. These early breakthroughs, though modest, were the essential steps transforming discipline into visibility and preparing him for the worldwide fame that awaited. Bloodsport. The moment the world saw him. In 1988, Van Damme's career reached a transformative peak with Bloodsport, portraying Frank Dux, a fighter in a clandestine martial arts tournament. He catapulted from obscurity into global recognition. Made on a modest budget of $1.5 million, the film's success exceeded expectations, marking Van Damme as the new face of action cinema. For the first time, the boy who had stood humiliated before mirrors and mocked by peers was truly seen. The recognition was overwhelming. Applause, lights, and the validation of countless hours of physical and emotional labor. Yet success carried its own burdens. The pressure to maintain peak performance, constantly surpass expectations, and preserve a growing public image. Bloodsport was both a triumph and a catalyst, signaling not only arrival but the beginning of a career demanding constant vigilance, endurance, and personal sacrifice. The world finally saw Van Damme, but the fight had only just begun. The Ascent, Kickboxer, Double Impact, and global fame following Bloodsport, Van Damme solidified his reputation with a series of iconic films. Kickboxer transformed a gamble into a $50 million phenomenon, introducing the signature split kick that became his trademark. Lionheart and Double Impact expanded his cinematic presence, with the latter showcasing his versatility in dual roles. Universal Soldier broke the $100 million mark worldwide, while Time Cop further confirmed his enduring appeal. Van Damme became synonymous with balletic violence, an actor whose skill, discipline, and charisma reshaped action cinema. Yet behind the public adulation, the pace and demands of fame began to exact a toll. Endless travel, rigorous training, and the obligation to meet audience expectations left little room for rest or intimacy. The very drive that fueled his ascent also imposed profound personal costs, laying bare the tension between public triumph and private struggle. The price of success. Family and absence. At the height of his career, Van Damme's personal life suffered under relentless professional pressure. Applause and adoration could not fill the void left at dinner tables or in the absence of family. His first marriage to Maria Rodriguez ended after 4 years, strained by his move to Hollywood and devotion to ambition. His second marriage to Cynthia Derderian lasted only a year, ending with her candid reflection that Van Damme only loved himself. Success came at the expense of presence, connection, and emotional intimacy. His children and relationships endured the consequences of his absence, while the dream that had carried him from invisibility now became a wound for those closest to him. The very qualities that made him extraordinary on screen, discipline, focus, and relentless drive, exacted a cost in the quiet spaces of family life. Love, betrayal, and the collapse of stability. In 1987, Van Damme married Gladys Portugues, a former bodybuilding champion, and they had 2 children, Christopher and Bianca. For a time, it seemed he might achieve balance, blending family life with career. But the pressures of Hollywood left little room for stability. Constant travel and absence created opportunities for betrayal, rumor, and temptation. By 1992, their marriage ended, leaving Gladys to manage family responsibilities while Van Damme remained frequently absent. This period underscored a fundamental truth of his life. Success could elevate him to global acclaim, but it could not safeguard relationships. His later reflection, "I was there and I wasn't," encapsulates the paradox of achievement and absence, revealing a man who reached the summit of his dream while simultaneously losing the grounding that made it meaningful. A legend, still fighting the hardest battle. Jean-Claude Van Damme's story extends beyond cinematic achievement. It is a testament to the power of resilience, belief, and discipline, yet also a narrative of enduring human vulnerability. Even at 65, he confronts the consequences of a life lived at full speed, where love, trust, and peace were often first sacrifices. His legacy endures not only through films and stunts, but through the lesson that strength can be forged from adversity, though it cannot erase emotional wounds. Van Damme's life exemplifies the paradox of ambition. The same drive that creates greatness can leave scars unseen. In facing these battles, he remains a compelling figure, a man who proved that visibility, triumph, and self-expression are earned through struggle, and that the human spirit, even scarred, can shine with remarkable brilliance. Conclusion. The enduring symbol of strength, Jean-Claude Van Damme's life is more than an action hero's biography. It is a study of perseverance, sacrifice, and the pursuit of self-realization. From a shy mock child in Brussels to a globally celebrated icon, he exemplifies the transformative power of discipline and commitment. His story reveals that triumph is inseparable from struggle, and that true strength arises not only from physical mastery, but from confronting vulnerability. While fame brought admiration and fortune, it also exacted profound personal costs, leaving scars that endure beyond the silver screen. Yet, the legend remains because he confronted pain, embraced it, and translated it into art and achievement. Van Damme stands as living proof that greatness is forged through endurance, ambition, and unyielding faith in oneself, making his journey an enduring inspiration for all who dare to dream against the odds.